They were good people. People I thought we could be safe with.
We?
My daughter.
Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. This is James and I want to talk about Fear the Walking Dead. So spoiler alert if you're not caught up to at least episode 9 of season 6. It was back in season 4 episode 6 that we learned about June's daughter. She even went to the place where her daughter died. And we've learned some details. She mentioned some stuff to John. She talked about to Madison about it here.
Her name was Rose. Her father died right after everything went bad, and I swear that was not going to happen to her.
She did mention losing her husband when everything first started. She said she didn't want to lose Rose. Rose ended up with pneumonia. She went to find some antibiotics, but she didn't get back in time. Rose died and actually turned and pretty much infected and killed, started a chain reaction that killed everybody in the place. So Naomi, as Madison called her, or June as we call her, she had a lot of weight on her, a lot of guilt. So as Morgan was dealing with Virginia, this is after John's death. You can kind of step back and look at this story, and it's funny how they just reuse and rehash stuff inside the shows so much. It's like, yeah, we could write an original story here, but why don't we just take the framework from this other story, from The Walking Dead, like the Negan Savior story, and apply it to the Pioneer story. You know, John's death can be like Carl's death, and Morgan will end up sparing Virginia's life. You have the similarities of Charlie killing Nick, Dakota killing John.
You know, John, he said something to me the last time I saw him. He said that the ground we stand on is soaked in blood, and he was right.
And during episode 9, of course, Morgan spares Virginia. He sticks his axe in the ground. He's like, I'm at peace now. I don't want to have to use it again. Can't we all just get along?
That stays there until we need it again, and I pray to God that we don't.
So I'm not sure how that's going to play out. If he's becoming, passionate Morgan again, he's going to have to defend himself. He's going to have to defend Grace and the baby, his group. That's just all there is to it. Morgan does step up, though, and say, this is how it's going to be. And even Sherry says, that's not your call. So Strand, Sherry, you've got Morgan, groups trying to work together, but not as much. You'll see in episode 10 that they'll try to work together. It doesn't work out so well.
We all had a talk, and we're going to let you do what you asked to do before. You're going to take Dakota and leave.
But as Alicia and Morgan had decided to let Virginia go, and Dakota, which is crazy, Morgan kind of going back on his, like we were talking about, it's kind of a Rick saving Negan, but Negan at least went to jail. Morgan was going to let Virginia go and Dakota go through a mountain pass to safety. And June even fixed up Virginia as far as saved her life, got the bullet out where Strand had shot her.
Why?
Why what?
Why did your sister kill my husband?
I don't know why she did it.
But earlier in the episode when she was burying John, she asked, why did your daughter kill John, my husband? Why did she do that? And Virginia said she didn't know.
This has nothing to do with you. Follows me wherever I go. Some kind of punishment for my past.
Well, fast forward to the church, and June asked her again, did you know it was Dakota that killed Cameron and all that kind of stuff, and why did you let her off the hook? Virginia then emphasized she would do anything for her daughter. There's a lot of little details in all of that, but June felt guilty, not only that her daughter died because her husband died and she didn't want her daughter to die, she was trying to keep from that, but because of that, the entire community was wiped out. So she felt tremendous guilt, and she sees a little bit of herself, I guess, in Virginia, that old self of hers trying to do anything for her daughter, and she sees that people are getting killed because of it. And I just can't let that go forward. So she put a bullet in her head. So it comes down to her answering June's question that she would do anything for her daughter, and all in all, June made mistakes in her past. But she learned from those mistakes. She evolved into the person that eventually married John and was helping people. Virginia didn't learn from her mistakes. Virginia would keep on protecting Dakota wherever she went, and things would go awry. So I think June would have let Virginia live up until the point she turned around and asked the question about Cameron, and Virginia said she'd do anything for her daughter. That's when June, I think, made the decision.
I ended up getting every survivor in my camp killed. So, of course, the love of my life is killed by someone's daughter they were trying to protect.
So I'm not sure what June's future has in store for her, what they're going to do with Dakota. Not sure what future lies ahead for her. But as far as June, I don't think she's going to become this real dark character. I don't think she's going to go off and become a villain or anything like that. I think she just decided to make this decision. She broke Morgan's rules, so she then left immediately. Morgan said, "You're not welcome around here if those are the types of things you do." But they will need June. They need June for Grace's baby. They need June when people are sick. She's pretty much about the only nurse around at the moment. And as we know from all of the Walking Dead shows, doctors of any kind never fare very well. June may be the longest lasting doctor, nurse person we know in these shows. But I wanted to throw this video out, the reasoning behind why June shot Virginia, and then get your opinion of it. What you thought about it, how it all played out, what may or may not happen to June or Dakota, and how things will go forward. Were you satisfied with the ending of the Pioneer story arc? We should be going into the Doomsday Cult story arc now to finish out the rest of the season. But you guys let me know what you think about Virginia, her death, Dakota, that story arc, how it all played out, June and her reaction to Virginia, killing Virginia. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments below, and I'll join you there. This is James in Nashville. As always, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more dead stuff.